always nightmares. You know, you gotta always be prepared. He's always gonna be coming at you. He's always locked in, always looking for ways to kill you on the offensive end.
His drive, you know, just to win and whatever it takes, no matter who was on the court with him. He was a killer, he was a beast out there, you know, and that's his legacy right there. And that's a great legacy to remember by.
He was a player that could have played in the 80s. He reminded me of that type of mentality. Tough, would not be denied, work ethic second to none, extremely disciplined.
You know, he upped the level of everybody on the court when he stepped on the court because he loved the game so much. He respected the game, he respected his opponents.
Kobe's going to bring the best out of you, and when you play the best, you know you better be on your best. And anytime I'm pushed like that, I have nothing but great respect for that.
Every single time I played against him, I had to bring my A game. I had to bring, you know, that mindset, kill or be killed. And, you know, that was his motto, that was his mindset. You know, and if you was prey, you know, he was coming for you. So that was something that I would never forget about Kobe. And, you know, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that about him. I'm gonna miss that about his game.
Gets to the basket. Oh, what a move from Kobe Bryant.
Well, Kobe is probably the greatest player I've ever faced. You know, I've faced some incredible players in my career, in my 20 years almost in this league, but I love watching him. I love the competitiveness. I love the shot-making ability. When the game was on the line, you can always count that the ball's going in. That's how good he was.
The same things that a lot of people didn't understand about Michael Jordan. The fundamental soundness, you know, the understanding of balance, of footwork, of timing, anticipation, all those sorts of things were special for him. So when you combine his love for fundamentals, his skills, his competitiveness, you end up with an iconic player.
Having a guy like that on your team that not only feels like he's gonna lead you to victory as a team, but if he had to take on the other team by himself, he solely believed that he could do that.
Knocked away by Kobe. Great hustle by Kobe. He's gonna score. Slam dunk, Lakers lead.
I think my most memorable Kobe moment has to be the night that he scored 81. I'd never seen that in my career. I've seen some great scores. Bird, Ice Gervin. Bernard King was an amazing scorist, but I've never seen a guy dominate a game the way he did.
For three again. Yes! Well, there's 70.
You know, as a scorer in this league, you do get hot, but I don't know if anyone will ever get that hot again. 81 in a game, I mean, teams score that on a nightly basis, so for an individual to do that, shoot, that's some rare talent right there. That takes a special player to do that, so I don't know if we'll ever see it again.
And Kobe will be replaced, and listen to this crowd for number 8, Kobe Bryant.
My Kobe moment is probably 81 points against Toronto. It's just, you're watching it and it doesn't seem, you know, real at the time. And you look up and he's walking off the court with, you know, with still time on the clock, celebrating 81 points. So everybody hears about Wilt's 100, and you know, nobody in my generation is able to see that. But for us, you know, that's our Wilt moment. Our Kobe moment is the 81 points against Toronto.
What I always like to point out to people is that Kobe scored 81 points in that game, not because it was garbage time, but because that's what he had to do to get the Lakers to win that game. And, you know, that's kind of who Kobe was. He could always figure out what do I have to do to help my team win? And that was the perfect example of it.
Kobe was in the suite waiting for me, and I sat down and talked to him. I'd never seen anybody who wanted to win so badly and wanted as much information as possible. I know the triangle, he said. I've read the books. I'm ready to start winning.
Right now, across the U.S., people are trying to ban books from public schools and public libraries. Yes, libraries.
We all have a First Amendment right to read and learn different viewpoints. That's why every book belongs on the shelf.
Yet book banning in the U.S. is worse than I've ever seen. It's people in power who want to control everything. Well, I say no to censorship.
And I say yes to freedom of speech and expression.
If you do too, please join us in supporting the American Civil Liberties Union today.
For over 100 years, the ACLU has fought for your rights and mine, including the right to read all manner of books. So please, call or go online to myaclu.org. For just $19 a month, only 63 cents a day, you can become a guardian of liberty and help protect all the rights promised to us by the U.S. Constitution. Make no mistake, this move to ban books is a coordinated attack on students' right to learn. This is a clear violation of free speech.
That's why the ACLU is working to fight against censorship in all its forms. It is so important, now more than ever.
So please call or go to myaclu.org and become an ACLU Guardian of Liberty for just $19 a month. Use your credit card and you'll get this special We the People t-shirt and more to show you're helping to protect the rights of all people.
The ACLU is in all 50 states, D.C. and Puerto Rico, defending our First Amendment right of free speech and all of your constitutional rights.
Because we the people means all of us. So please, call or go online to myaclu.org today.
Calling all fans of the Purple and Gold. Get ready for the Lake Show podcast with me, Allie Clifton, Chris McGee, and Mike Bresnahan. Each week, we'll dive into the top headlines, share behind-the-scenes stories, answer your questions, and have just a little bit of fun along the way.
Listen, if that's what you want to do at my Laker game, absolutely enjoy yourself.
It's the Lake Show podcast. All Lakers, all the time.
New episodes drop every week. Watch on the Lake Show Podcast YouTube channel or listen wherever you get your podcasts.
I first seen him play in an NBA camp. He was going into his senior year, and I was going into my junior year. I was 15 and he was 16. It's always been incredible.
Jerry West told me today that greatness lies ahead for this young man.
I heard about him first from the great Jerry West. When they made the trade for me, I had a meeting with Jerry. He's like, this kid we're bringing in is going to be the best Laker player ever. So when I seen him, he's 18, real slim, doing a lot of high school stuff. But I saw that he had a lot of focus and a lot of determination. I saw that he wanted to be great.
I mean, Shaq talk every day. Every day, whether it's in practice and he's blocking one of my shots or I'm getting a layup on him or something like that. You know, we're talking, we're giving advice to one another, we're pumping each other up at the same time.
He really, really is a nice man.
Yeah, he is. He's like my older brother.
Do you have an older brother?
Shaquille O'Neal.
One of the things that I remember most about him is his tenacity, his dedication, his determination, and his work ethic. It was just unmatched. I mean, this man every single summer wanted to add a little bit more to his repertoire to be the best player that he could possibly be.
The first year I got here to the Lakers, it was very evident that for him, his journey at that time, even then in year 2, was a track to be one of the greatest players in the game that have ever played the game. He had every aspiration of not only winning championships, but leaving a mark. He had that focus in that moment. So what was it like to play with him there? It was constantly looking over my shoulder for him because he was coming.
Without further ado, the new coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Phil Jackson.
In looking at this basketball team, this is a team that is talented, it's young, it's on the verge.
Prior to my initial press conference with the Lakers, Kobe was in the suite waiting for me, and I sat down and talked to him. I'd never seen anybody who wanted to win so badly and wanted as much information as possible. I know the triangle, he said. I've read the books. I'm ready to start winning. I want to start playing right now. Of course, it was June.
The thing I remember most about Kobe is his incredible work ethic. The guy was relentless in going to the gym and working out. I remember when I played with him, we get to the gym, he's been there an hour before we got there. And then we were walking out the gym, he's still in there getting up shots and working on his craft.
Dribble drive, nice move. Wow, did you see the move by the kid?
In Kobe, I saw someone who was totally dedicated to preparing himself in a way where he could dominate.
You can't get to be that type of player unless you put a lot of work in.
Playing with Kobe for all of the years that we did play together was absolutely exhausting because there were no days off, essentially. Even if we physically had a day off, mentally you were constantly thinking about how to excel, how to take the next step, how to get better, because you knew that's what he was doing. It was exhausting to maintain that for so many years, but worth it because the success that we were able to have is hard to beat and it's hard to compare to.
Portland has 3 timeouts left. The Lakers have 2. Bryant to shot.
Favorite Kobe moment for me keeps coming back to that lob pass he threw to Shaquille O'Neal, Game 7, 2000 Western Conference Finals against Portland, and that really capped the comeback. Let's not forget, in that game, Kobe led the Lakers in points, rebounds, assists, block shot, every major statistical category. He led the Lakers that day, but the moment that stands out is him coming down, getting right around the free throw line area and throwing up that pass.
It was awesome playing with him. You know, for me, it was to have another weapon that's similar to you. You know, you ever see those westerns where guys have 2 different guns? This time you got 2 of the same guns that's firing in all directions, and that's why we were able to win a lot of stuff. On our quest for our first championship, you know, we already had a scare in the Game 7 against Portland. So on our quest for our first championship, we're killing Indiana. We're at Indiana. I think we're up 1, and I think if they win this game, they tie it. So I foul out. I'm nervous because I'm like, damn, I fouled out. It's gonna be my fault we lose. And look at Kobe, and he doesn't have a worry in the world. He says, I got you, big fella, don't worry about it. And like, you're looking at him like, what? And he went out and he scored 8 to 10 straight points by himself, and he was able to win the game. I think at that press conference, I think that's when I announced that he was the best player ever.
He always pushed the envelope. He expected nothing but greatness from himself and from his teammates. And just that competitive fire that he has and has maintained throughout his entire course of his career. If you watch Kobe, I think it makes you a better player because you know who he is.
His intensity, his work ethic, you know, and how he looks at the game different from everybody else. And I try to take a little bit of that, but I think it's only one Kobe.
I'm proud to say that I was right there with you, learning from you every step of the way, whether it was on a bus or on a plane. You brought the best out of me.
Smell funky? Get Skunky, the shower anywhere sponges that clean all your funky parts from your head to your feet and everything in between. Just add water, work it into a rich lather, and it's ready to use. Skunky effectively lifts and removes oil and dirt from your skin and hair without any rinsing required. Just towel dry and you're done without any sticky residue. Skunky is ideal for contractors or anyone who works outdoors. A hiking, fishing, or camping trip wouldn't be complete without Skunky. Skunky is a game changer for all ages and a must for elder care. Call now and get 20 Skunky 60-second shower pads for only $9.99. But wait, order now and we'll send you 5 more absolutely free. That's 25 showers for only $9.99. There's a strict limit of 1 family pack per order at this incredibly low price. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-414-8704 or visit GetSkunky.com. That's GetSkunky.com. Order now.
Gold Bond believes touch says everything. It says, I see you. I feel you. And I know you. Gold Bond. Get in touch with irresistibly touchable skin.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news, Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-978-9120 or visit buyreddog.com. Call 1-800-978-9120. Order now. Hands it off to Kobe. The follow away. It still works. Kobe's got 39.
My most memorable moment with Kobe was probably about 3 weeks before the game against Toronto where he had 81 points. We played Dallas, and I was a coach at the time, and he had 62 points at the end of the third quarter. Dallas had 61.
Yes! A new career best inning foul! Kobe's at 58.
He could have easily had 80 that night. I mean, he was giving us pull-up threes. He was giving 1-on-5 in transition scoring. I mean, he was on the block. He was making threes. He was making everything.
Now Kobe for 3. I don't believe it. Incredible. 95, 61. Adds to his career best. 62 for Kobe.
Hey, I take it back. He is good, but he has more than Dallas has.
Kobe threw the 3, acknowledging the crowd on their feet, and he has outscored the Mavericks at the end of the third quarter.
I just was witnessing Kobe go to an even another level, and I had played with him, and he just went on and on to continue to amaze me.
Phil Jackson asked me to ask Kobe if he wanted to go in the beginning of the fourth quarter and try to get 70. And he said, no, I'm not gonna go in. We don't need it tonight, I'll get it another night. And I got mad at him because I was like, you know how many people could say that they got 70 points? You got a chance to get 70 points. And he said, yeah, we're up 30 tonight though, I'll do it another time. And I just kind of shook my head, and about 3 weeks later, he had the 81-point game against Toronto.
Playing with Kobe Bryant was great. You knew going into every game that you had the best player in the world on your team, and he'd do whatever it take to win. He had your back, and you were extra confident with him on your side.
Out to Kobe. Ball away high. What a way to finish! Are you kidding me?
He was a fierce competitor. He expected the most out of you because he put the most in for himself. And so, that endeared you to him as a teammate.
The way his mind works and how focused he is, that's how you can meet him at the top. Just being the best you could be at any given time. He's always the last one to leave the gym. One of the first ones there all the time. It's just contagious. Even after practice, he never leaves. He always gets his shots up, lift weights every day. And, that's how you form a brotherhood.
What I remember the most about Kobe is his relentless pursuit of excellence, of being the best every opportunity that he got, day and night, pushing us as a team and all of our teams to be the best we could be.
Playing with Kobe was an incredible experience. Definitely, I enjoyed it a lot. We had a great run together as teammates and 3 consecutive finals, 2 championships together. That's something that's special.
Rebound to Sol, kicks it out to Odom. Odom throws it ahead. The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions.
It was a magical moment for me, especially. To be playing with Kobe Bryant and to win a championship, along with Pau Gasol. It was just a real special time. It was a lot of fun, a lot of memories. Yeah, I'm proud to say that I was right there with you, learning from you every step of the way, whether it was on a bus or on a plane. You brought the best out of me so many different ways. Taught me how to win. Taught me how to go get the game, how to take the game. Be my best self.
I remember the first time I saw him warming up, he took the ball like this, dribbled it over his head and between his legs, and I went like that, you know. I mean, he's got stuff, you know, we haven't seen before.
So let's secure the liberty may prosper together. Ours was the first revolution in the history of mankind that truly reversed the course of life.
Of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
Award-winning historian Wilfred McClay will teach you a full, unbiased account of America's past through the course The Great American Story. Absolutely free when you sign up for this online course at learnfromhillsdale.org.
Returning to our history and seeing why things happened the way they did can give us some insight that we might not otherwise have. The study of history expands you. You learn to empathize with very different ways of living.
Join thousands of Americans renewing their love for America through this course, or one of the many other courses on literature, history, philosophy, and more, all from Hillsdale College, when you sign up at learnfromhillsdale.org.
This course gave me an excellent summary of the people and events that truly made our country what it is today.
When you sign up, you'll enjoy 25 easy-to-follow lessons. Explore the triumphs and achievements of our nation's past, as well as its shortcomings and failures. Understand how Americans have overcome challenges, and how major events like the Civil War, the Great Depression, and 2 world wars have shaped the America we have today. Take the course whenever it's most convenient for you, at your pace, or in your schedule. Signing up is easy and free when you go to learnfromhillsdale.org today. The Great American Story is our story. Sign up today for The Great American Story, a completely free online course at learnfromhillsdale.org.
A sold-out crowd here. How about that? She just does the blow-by. They are just clicking on all cylinders. Off balance, off glass, and one. How does she do it? How does she do it? Just putting on a show. Have yourself a night. Kelsey Plum makes her pay. Crowd is starting to wave goodbye. This one is in the books.
I remember the first time I saw him warming up, he took the ball like this, dribbled it over his head and between his legs, and I went like that, you know. I mean, he's got stuff, you know, we haven't seen before, you know. It's been 20 great years, you know. We'll miss him in LA. I really enjoyed watching him play. My family calls him Babe Ruth, in fact. You know, there's nothing quite like Kobe. I mean, once you've seen him so long, you kind of take it for granted.
You know, I don't know what to say to the great. I mean, you've done it all. I mean, it's just one of those players that, you know, that you just don't want to see leave the game. Who do you watch after this?
It's been a pleasure watching you. It's been a pleasure playing with you. You carried a whole generation of players on your back for a long, 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 long time.
Thank you for being someone that I can reach for. Thanks for being a mentor, you know, in that way. Thank you for everything you've done for not only myself but my kids. Because of how great of a player you are, you have my kids want to be like you as well.
Just want to thank you. Thank you for everything you've done, not only for the game of basketball, for myself. Just growing up, idolizing, watching you, you know, you're definitely one of the reasons that I'm in the position that I am today.
Just want to say thank you for everything that you've done, not only for me, obviously to the Lakers, to the community, but to the game of basketball, man. You set some standards that once I got into the league, I always wanted to emulate. I always wanted to try to match and get to where you were.
Things that you did for this game goes without even saying. The mark that you left on this game is unbelievable. I learned so much, you know, from you, about you, as a person, as a player, as a father, as a husband. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate everything you did for the game. I appreciate everything you did for me. I'm gonna miss you. Peace.
For all that you've meant to the Lakers organization, to the fans, to the NBA, thank you. And we'll miss you as a player, but we will never forget.
Kobe, thank you for being a great teammate, for teaching me about the game of basketball, for being a great friend, for being a great champion.
It was fun playing with you. It was fun playing against you. Best Laker ever. That's what you told me when we came the first day.
You had an incredible career. I'm just so proud of you. So honored that part of my career has been with you, and we had incredible success together. So I really enjoyed it.
No other player in the history of our game will be able to compare to what you've done, the way you've done it, and how long it will live on. It was an honor, and I'm humbled to have been your teammate, your brother, your friend, to have fought, to have won.
You were always 100%. You always gave 100% to me as a teammate. You always pushed me. You always inspired me to be improving every day. That, at least my vote I get goes 100% to you as the greatest Laker ever. Honored to have known you as a player and a teammate. More honored to know you as a friend.
I'm looking at you. Looking at the camera.
That little mark right there on that camera, that should be the camera right in front. Everybody recording? Yeah, my son's second grade. Everybody good?
I know.
Phones off?
Everybody rolling? Speed?
All right.
Jerry was the most influential person on my career when I first came into Los Angeles. I mean, we spent a lot of time together, at his house for dinner, on the court before practice, in his office after practice, talking about a myriad of things, footwork, to angles, to pull-up jump shots, to defensive schemes. But I think the thing that stuck with me the most was when Jerry told me that his biggest challenge as a player was not the fear of failure, but the fear of success. And he couldn't quite figure out how to get through that. And I remember having a really in-depth conversation with him about that, and that opened my eyes up to the psychology of the game and how much emotions from youth, from childhood, and so forth and so on can carry forth into the game itself. And that was the piece of information that really stuck with me the most from Jerry. How great of a player was Elgin Baylor? Well, he was one of the first players that had a unique ability to control his body in the air. He can get in the air, draw contact, finish the play strong. He had a great first step. He had one of the best rocker steps I'd ever seen. We typically see guys in a triple threat. If you're right-handed, lead with the right foot, and you kind of do a little shimmy fake and continue with the right. Elgin was one of the first guys I've seen actually take the right and cross it over and kind of do a hesitation the other way and go left. And it's one of the many things I actually stole from him. But he was just tenacious. He could score the ball, rebound the ball. It was fun to watch. Being that Elgin was one of the first Lakers, it was certainly a legacy that I felt like I was responsible for. I mean, the Lakers is one of those organizations that have so many great individual players. And but he was one that I certainly grew up watching and studying and learning from. So to be a part of this golden armor meant to a large extent carrying on that tradition. Well, I wrote a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 8th grade. And starting the story all the way back to Powell Memorial High School. And when Kareem was first, when he was Lou Alcindor, and then following his career all the way up, all the way through the Bucks, and then eventually to the Lakers and everything that he's done there. But Kareem has known me since I was a baby. I mean, he knew my father well, and he used to play with me when I was a little baby. And so to get a chance to be around Kareem, especially that one year when he was with us every day in practice, and talking to him about some of those memories, talking to him about the skyhook, talking to him about playing with Oscar and playing with Magic and Dandridge and all these guys was, that knowledge was invaluable. Who's the greatest Laker of all time? I'm never going to say myself. I'm always going to say Magic. I'm always going to say Kareem. I'm always going to say Jerry West. Always.
What would you say if I asked you to pick one of those names as the best Laker of all time?
I'm going to pick Magic. I mean, it's not a very complicated thing for me, honestly. Magic was a player I grew up idolizing. I had every Magic jersey. I tried to baby skyhook over and over and over, no-look passes, to having crazy knee pads, big knee pads, and Magic was my guy, so Magic's the one for me. I got a chance to be around Magic a lot and ask him a lot of questions about some of the Showtime days, and that's the impact that Magic had on me once I arrived here. I mean, aside from the impact that he had on me as a kid growing up and watching all of his videos and games and interviews, being on this team, I had a chance to ask him about games and situations and what he saw in this action, and got a chance to hear it from the horse's mouth. And that's how I learned, which was really just from hearing the stories of those days. There's not one piece of advice. It's an accumulation of stories. Right? What was it like to go to a final game every single playoff series? Why do you think you went to a final game every playoff series? Why was there inconsistency in the play? And how did you guys step up to the pressure? So it's hearing all of those stories that really help me have a broad sense or a broad perspective and understanding of situations. That's where the help really came. Wow, how do I remember Dr. Buss? A man of patience and understanding. Aside from the visionary that he is and was, and the kind of team that he wanted to create for this market. Aside from that, I think his patience to be able to let things develop and allow players to grow was the thing that I'll remember the most. I mean, it certainly had a great impact on my career because he had the patience to let a 17-year-old kid grow into a 38-year-old man.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Legal Help Center. This is where we have professionals standing by to answer your questions regarding personal injury. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, like a car accident or a slip and fall, we can help. As a matter of fact, we are here to help. So take that first step and call the number on your screen right now. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much your case is potentially worth. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Gina Belich, here with TV anchor and spokesman Tom Mustin. So, Tom, you've been in television for over 20 years. You've participated in a number of big events. Tell everyone watching at home what makes the Legal Help Center so special and what it means for you to be here with us in the studio.
Well, Gina, first let me thank you for having me join you here today. Now, as far as who should call in right now, the answer is anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not their fault, because when you give us a call, you're going to speak with a live person, not some automated greeting or computer message, but an actual person who's ready to help. You'll receive a free consultation. You can get all your questions answered, and more importantly, find out how much your case is potentially worth.
Now, this is a service to you, the viewers, offering you a free consultation and getting you access to legal help. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, or you know someone recently in an accident, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live agent, not some person right now who's ready to help you.
The team is available to help. So take that We'll answer any questions you have, let you know how much your case is potentially worth. Take care, everyone, and thank you for watching.
Coach, that's how you gonna sit pretty much the whole time? Or you gonna
Pretty much. I mean, move around a little bit, but I kind of stay in this zone. As the years went on, I started kind of having a little bit more of a sense of some of the impact that I was having on the younger players. I mean, I'd played for so many years and seen so many generations that this last generation literally grew up watching me play. And so they would have a lot of questions, and some of the times they would reach out to people that I was close to and would ask them questions about my training or my thought process for games and things of that nature. So I had somewhat of a sense. But in the last year, the conversation became more direct, more one-to-one, where they would reach out directly either before games, after games, or just via the phone. And that's when I really got a first-hand account of the influence that I've had on these younger players. I did receive some pretty amazing gifts, from an all-expensive paid vacation to skis, to having a black mamba snake in a zoo named after me. You know, the gifts varied greatly, but they were all beautiful. The gift that we received from Jeannie on behalf of the Bus family meant so much. It was extremely special. I mean, a ring that brings a career full circle with all the championship rings and all of the 20-year successes all there in one ring. It was a very emotional moment. And, you know, I've known Jeannie for a long time. She's known me since I was 17. And to be able to share this now with my wife and our 2 daughters was very, very special. It's a surreal moment to be introduced as a Laker in my final game after 20 seasons, with my favorite team being introduced by my all-time favorite player. It's a living testament that dreams can come true, and they do come true. Because this is not supposed to happen with a kid that grew up in Italy. And so to have Magic introduce me at that moment in time, it's hard to really put into words how much that meant to me. When the game started, it was like a party almost. Right? You could feel the excitement, and the fans are just waiting to see, okay, what kind of night is this going to be? I think I might have missed my first 6, 7 shots or something. I'm not really sure. And I just started laughing. I thought it was funny. You know, I could feel the energy in the building. It was like, oh man, it's going to be one of those nights, you know? I remember thinking to myself, you know, this is pretty hilarious. Like, this is your last game, and everybody's watching, the world's watching. And you're going to go like 0 for 40 or something crazy. I thought that was pretty funny. And once I just kind of let it go, and it's just like, nah, it is what it is, but I'm going to go out there and play hard. And, you know, things just started clicking. Things started turning. My legs start feeling good. And, you know, I started getting my legs underneath me. And then things started turning. During the game, when I started going on that run, what Shaq said to me in the middle of the game, he said, "You're a b-." That's what he said. That's what he said. You can bleep it out if you want to. That is exactly what he said to me. Well, when I stepped up to the free throw line there, I was extremely conscious of where I was at that moment in time. You know, you had 58 points. You know, you can't stop at 59, you know, or 58. That just doesn't have a good ring to it. You know, 60 in the last game has a much, much better ring to it. And I certainly think that the fans were thinking that, and they wanted to see me at 60 on the last game. So at that point, it just became, all right, just make 2 free throws. These are your last 2 free throws. I can't count how many free throws I've shot throughout my entire career in practice and things of that nature. So all I have to do at this point is make 2 more. One thing that made me chuckle inwardly was all I saw was a sea of camera phones. I mean, that's all I saw. I mean, it was just nothing but camera phones.